In over 20 years of turning wrenches, I've watched thousands of people trade in trucks they should have kept forever. They chase the new thing, an $80,000 payment on a truck that'll be worth half that in 4 years and somebody else's problem in 10. And every time, I want to grab them by the collar and say, "You already own the truck you'll never be able to replace." Because there are a handful of pickups that, if you're lucky enough to own one, you should never sell. Not trade, not flip, not upgrade. Keep. They'll outlast every new truck on the lot. They get harder to find every single year, and the people who own them know it, which is exactly why you can't pry one out of their hands. Today I'm giving you 3 of them, and number 1 is the one I tell every customer to hold onto with both hands because it's the last version of itself ever built. Made right before the factory added the one part that quietly kills every truck that came after it. Most people have no idea their newer truck even has it. Stay with me for that. Let's start with number 3. Number 3 is the Nissan Frontier with the 4.0-liter VQ40 V6 built from 2005 all the way to 2019. Barely changed the whole time, which already tells you something. A customer of mine, Tony, runs a small plumbing outfit. He's got a 2007 Frontier with 260,000 miles that he bought new, and every couple of years his wife tells him to buy something nicer. He won't do it. He says the day it finally dies, he'll go buy the exact same thing. Except he can't, because they don't make it anymore. The stigma is that a mid-sized Nissan isn't a serious truck. Here's what those folks don't know. That 4.0 V6 is no EconoBox motor. It's a member of Nissan's VQ family, the same award-winning engine line that powers the 350Z sports car. Nissan took that sports car V6, stroked it out for low-end torque, and bolted it into a work truck. So while everybody's out arguing about half tons, the Frontier guy is quietly running a sports car engine with a bed on the back. And that's the reason these routinely clear 250,000 miles without ever being opened up. The one thing to check before you buy a used one, on the automatics, the factory radiator can fail internally and let coolant seep into the transmission. Owners call it the strawberry milkshake because that's exactly what the fluid turns into, and it'll cook the transmission if you miss it. It's easy to catch. Pull the transmission dipstick and make sure the fluid is clean and red, not pink and milky. Find a clean one, and you've got a truck you'll never have a single reason to sell. And they're cheap to get into, anywhere from about $9,000 up to around $18,000 for a clean one. But number 2 is a truck people hold on to so tightly that the used prices are actually going up. Number 2 is the first-generation Toyota Tacoma with the 3.4-liter V6, built 1995 to 2004. Want proof of how much people love these? On the early ones, Toyota had a rust problem with the frames, and they ran an extended corrosion warranty program and even bought the worst rusted trucks back from owners at 1.5 times their Blue Book value. Think about that. These were worth more rusted out than most vehicles are worth running. A customer of mine, Denise, hauls a little nursery trailer with hers and takes it up the fire roads to her cabin on weekends. She's turned down 3 separate cash offers right in my parking lot. Her line never changes. Why would I sell the only truck that's never once let me down? The stigma is that it's small, and it is. It's a compact truck. But the reason it holds its value better than almost anything on the road is that 3.4 V6. Toyota built exactly one V6 for this era and dropped it into 3 different trucks: the Tacoma, the legendary 4Runner, and the first Tundra. One bulletproof engine shared across the 3 vehicles the off-road world trusts more than anything else. It's a simple cast-iron motor that routinely clears 300,000 miles, and the people who own them are loyal enough to keep them alive for decades. So the one thing you must check is the very thing Toyota paid all that money over: the frame. On these years, the rails can rot from the inside out, especially in salt country. Get underneath and look hard, front to back. A solid, rust-free frame under a first-gen Tacoma is the difference between a truck your kids inherit and a pile of rust with a great engine in it. A clean, rust-free V6 now runs $12,000 to $18,000. Real money for a truck this old. Which brings us to number 1. The one I would physically fight you not to sell. Number 1 is the 1999 to 2006 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. The one they call the GMT 800, with the 5.3-liter Vortec V8. If you own one of these in good shape, I'm telling you right now, straight out, do not sell it. You will regret it. A longtime customer of mine, Curtis, has a 2004 with 280,000 miles on the original engine. He's a contractor, and that truck has hauled lumber 5 days a week for 2 decades. He's owned 2 newer trucks as nicer daily drivers since, and he sold both of them. But the old Silverado, he says, they'll bury him with. Every time somebody offers to buy it off him, he just laughs at them. Here's why he's right, and it comes down to a single part. Or really, the absence of one. That 5.3 Vortec is part of GM's LS family, the same basic architecture that made the Corvette famous. An iron block, a dead simple design, the kind of motor that shrugs off 300,000 miles of abuse without complaint. But that's not the reason to guard this exact truck. The reason is the year it was built. The classic GMT 800s through about 2006 mostly came without cylinder deactivation. GM rolled that fuel-saving system, active fuel management, out across the lineup by 2007, and it works by shutting off half the cylinders when you're cruising to save a little gas. It does that by collapsing the lifters on those cylinders. And those AFM lifters have a well-earned reputation for failing. And when one lets go, it can take the camshaft and the whole engine down with it. It's one of the most common, most expensive failures on modern GM V8s, and shops like mine see it constantly. So the truck you want is one of those simpler early ones. And before you buy, confirm you're actually getting the version without cylinder deactivation, not a late example that slipped through with it. That is the whole secret. Everybody out chasing a newer Silverado is buying a built-in time bomb. You're sitting on the last version GM made before the bomb existed. And here's the part that should make you hold on tighter. As those newer trucks grenade their engines one by one, a clean pre-2007 5.3 doesn't get cheaper. It gets more valuable. A clean one still runs just $8,000 to $14,000. And the best ones are already climbing past that. If you're out hunting for one, here's the only real buy check. The earliest 1999 to 2001 trucks used a cheap plastic intake manifold gasket that can seep coolant. It's a few $100 fix, and once it's done, or on an 02 and newer truck, the engine is about as close to indestructible as anything on 4 wheels. Find one with a straight frame and an honest stack of service records, and you're holding the good one. So if you've already got it, a clean GMT 800, the 5.3, a solid frame, a history you can trust, understand what's actually sitting in your driveway. It is not just an old truck. It's the last simple, reliable V8 pickup GM built before they engineered in the very flaw that's killing every truck that came after it. They are never going to make another one. That right there is the definition of a truck you never sell. You drive it until the wheels fall off, and then you put new wheels on it and keep driving.